Edinburgh in early autumn. Against a sky of purple clouds, the sunset reflected on the rippling surface of Dunsapie Lake. Sam Heughan, then 20, a first-year student at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, sat quietly on the grass, his breath still smelling of cheap malt beer from the student pub. Beside him sat Isabel McCrae, a girl with bright red hair, a wide smile and a row of mischievous freckles. They had just starred in an extracurricular play together, and the aftertaste of the role seemed to bring their souls closer than colleagues. That night, under the cold stars of the Scottish sky, they shared a foolish first kiss, a rash decision, but with consequences far beyond any stage script. 3 months later, Isabel shakily called Sam out of rehearsal. She placed 2 pregnancy tests in his hand, both positive. Sam was stunned. He was not famous, had never signed a film contract, and had enough money in his bank account to pay for a flat and 2 fish and chips a week. "Should I abort?" Isabel asked fearfully. Sam shook his head, though his heart was in turmoil. "No. I'll take responsibility. We will manage." They decided to keep the pregnancy quiet. Isabel dropped out of school and went into hiding in Crieff, while Sam continued to go to school, taking part in extras to earn some money to send home. Every weekend, he traveled 90 kilometers by slow bus just to sit next to Isabel in the town hospital, listening to the baby's heartbeat on the blurry ultrasound. On April 14, 2001, in the simple maternity ward, a cry broke through the dawn mist. The baby boy weighed 3.2 kilograms, with ash-gray eyes and curly dark brown hair, the unmistakable genetics of his father. Sam held his son for the first time, his body still covered in blood and sweat, but the corners of his lips were bright. "Hello, Aidan Fraser McCrae. It's Daddy." They took their son's mother's name, keeping him absolutely secret. No birth certificate with his father's name, no group photos, not a word to their academy friends. Sam believed he would take care of him from afar, waiting for the day he became famous and then announce it. He called the boy Wee Gale, Little Wind, hoping that his son would be as free as the wind, not bound by his parents' youthful mistakes. Sam threw himself into his studies, graduated with honors, quickly found roles in London stage projects, then supporting roles on television. Every time he received his salary, he sent most of it to Isabel. She stayed in Crieff, working as a kindergarten teacher, living quietly so that her son could grow up peacefully. In 2013, Sam won the role of Jamie Fraser in Outlander. His life took a turn: stressful filming schedule, busy interviews, intercontinental flights. The noisy distance between Hollywood and the small town made visits to his son a luxury. He only had time to FaceTime at night, telling Aidan about the set, promising to come to his birthday party at the end of the year, promised and then missed. Isabel did not blame him, but in an email to Sam, she gently reminded him, "You need a father, not just a wallet sent through the post." Sam read it, troubled, but the film crew urged him, the promotional contract was binding. He suppressed his emotions, telling himself, it will be better for him when he is famous and stable. In June 2017, a rare winter storm swept through Perthshire as Isabel was driving her son home from school. The car skidded and plunged into a ditch. Isabel broke her right leg, luckily survived, but lost the ability to walk normally. Aidan suffered minor injuries, psychologically haunted. The news reached the Cape Town set. Sam abandoned the shoot, took an emergency flight back to Scotland. For the first time in 7 years, he held his 16-year-old son, almost as tall as him, with thin shoulders and sad eyes. Aidan did not blame him, but only asked, "Is Dad really Jamie Fraser in real life?" Sam hugged his son, choking back tears. He understood that the time had come to choose: either continue to hide behind the spotlight, or face public opinion and admit that this teenager was his blood. That night, by Isabel's hospital bed, Sam said, "I will go public. If the fans give up, I accept. You and the child are more important." Isabel smiled weakly. I've been waiting for this for a long time. On August 10, 2017, Sam posted on Twitter a photo of him and Aidan on the shore of Loch Earn, with the caption, "When I was 20, I had a little wind. I hid it because I was afraid of losing my future. Today, I am proud to call Aidan my son." The internet exploded. Keyword hashtag Sam Heughan's son leads the trend, tabloid headlines. Outlander star hid son for 16 years. Media divided into two sides. Support, brave to admit, admirable for prioritizing family. Critic, deceiving the public, destroying image. Sam goes on talk show, no excuses. I apologize for being silent. I was childish, ambitious. Now I will make up for it. Fans mostly forgive, even sympathize with the touching father-son relationship in the photo. Sam hugs Aidan's shoulder, both smile. The smiles are strangely similar. Sam bought a cottage on Loch Tay and brought Isabel there to recover. He took advantage of every break between filming seasons to return. In the morning, he rode with Aidan, showed him how to tie ropes, and told him stories behind the scenes of Outlander. At night, the three of them sat around the fireplace, Aidan playing the guitar, Sam singing a Gaelic folk song, Isabel smiling, her eyes sparkling. The media retreated, giving way to time to heal. Half a year later, Isabel's leg had somewhat recovered, and Aidan had overcome his trauma. Sam suggested, "I'll go back to Glasgow to teach, and you take the kid with the crew next season, so he can see his dad working." Aidan was excited. In 2018, the boy briefly appeared in a crowd scene in Season 4 of Outlander. Dressed as a mercenary, his eyes shining with pride as he watched his dad transform into Jamie. One late summer evening, on the moonlit wooden porch, Sam took a simple ring box from his pocket. "I'm 17 years late, but if you still believe, let me take care of you and your mother for the rest of my life." Isabel burst into tears and nodded. Aidan stepped out, pretending to cough. "Don't be sentimental, Mom and Dad. I recorded it, or else you'll be busy filming tomorrow and forget." The three of them hugged each other. The lake breeze was cool, but the embrace of family was warmer than any fire. In 2021, Aidan turned 20, the same age as his father. Sam organized a charity concert to raise money for the Scottish Road Accident Fund. Aidan performed his self-composed song, "Wee Gael," telling the story of a boy whose father's name was not publicly known, growing up with a strong single mother, and then one day the wind brought his father back. The whole audience was silent. At the end of the song, Sam stepped up to hug his son, tears falling, for the first time not out of regret, but out of pride. Aidan received a music scholarship to St. Andrews University. In his commencement speech, he said, "I am proof that secrets can hurt, but the truth heals. When told with love." Sam Heughan, now a global star, still keeps the habit of driving to Loch Tay on weekends. He, Isabel and Aidan row the boat, telling each other stories. Every time the wind blows, Sam reminds his son, "You are my wee Gael, the wind that reminds me to be honest." When the reporter asked, "Do you regret hiding it from your child for 16 years?" Sam smiled thoughtfully. "Regret? Because I missed so many of his early moments. But also grateful, because that shortcoming taught me to appreciate the present more than anything else." The secret that was once a burden at 20 years old has become an inspiring story of healing. Fans stopped being shocked and instead admired the Heughan father and son's courageous journey. And somewhere in the Scottish Highlands, the wind still blew through Isabel's red hair, reflected the smile of teenage Aidan, and echoed Sam's deep voice, forming a new song, a song of truth, responsibility, and unconditional love.